Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're off to Italy again today, and I'm doing one of the meals that I used to do in a restaurant. When I was a chef in an Italian restaurant in North London, we constantly got asked for carbonara in any form, whether it was spaghetti, penne, tagliatelle, people loved it. So today I'm going to replicate that dish. So anyway, let's get on with this and I'll see you soon. First we're going to make some fresh pasta for our carbonara. Start by adding semolina flour and 00 flour into a bowl and mix together. Make a small well in the middle of the mixture and then add 2 whole free-range eggs. I used free-range eggs as it makes a big difference to the taste. Once your eggs are added in, start binding the lot together. It's going to look a bit crumbly at the start, but trust the process. It will eventually start to bind together. Eventually, get rid of the whisk and then start using your hands to blend the pasta dough together. With clean hands, empty the mixture onto a clean work surface and again start mixing it together. Eventually the dough will form and start to resemble a ball shape. Here is where you need to use a pull and push method to finish it off before we turn it into tagliatelle. Form it into a bowl and then cover with cling film. Allow this to rest for at least 15 minutes. Ideally rest it overnight, but if you do, be wary as it will be a lot firmer and tougher to handle. After resting, place your dough into a lightly floured surface so it doesn't stick, and then start forming it into a rectangle shape. This is so you can easily pass your pasta through the press to make a sheet. Now pass your pasta through your machine. Carefully do this a few times before changing the machine setting to get your pasta even thinner. Cut it into halves and then press it through once more. Once at your desired thickness, change your machine attachment and pass the dough through to form your tagliatelle. If you don't happen to have a machine, you can always roll this up and cut it into shapes by hand. Hang your pasta to dry and save it for later, as you'll need to cook it quite soon. Time for the all-important sauce. Take a bowl, add 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk, add pecorino cheese and black pepper. Then mix together. It's optional to use garlic and I decided not to. Straight after the sauce is made, put it to one side and then prep your meat. Traditionally the meat in this dish is pancetta, but I use belly of pork and cut it into smaller shapes like pancetta. Get a pan on the heat and make sure it's super hot before adding your meat. I use no oil as the fat that comes out of the meat is more than enough to render the pork and cook it nicely. As soon as it's starting to brown, get your fresh pasta and add it to boiling water and boil the pasta for 3 minutes. Whilst the pasta is boiling and almost ready, add your sauce to the pork and mix it together. When the pasta is done, drain it off, but save a little of the pasta water. Add this straight into your pan with the pork and the egg. Mix it well and take it off the heat. Don't worry, eggs are very delicate and the heat from the pork and the pasta will be enough to cook through. Too much heat will give you scrambled eggs and you don't want that. Serve onto a big plate and enjoy. Welcome back, eccola, pronto. That's my bit of Italian. Here it is, the lovely tagliatelle carbonara, just how I used to make in the restaurant. And I can tell you without even tasting it, it's fantastico. I implore you to make this recipe. It is so good, you'll love it and you'll thank me for it. That's it, that's the recipe done. Hope you like and subscribe. Thank you very much, Jack, for filming and editing, and we'll see you again next week for another video. Arrivederci.